This is a video of my Thomas Wooden Railway collection, so please enjoy. Here's Thomas, Edward, Henry, Gordon, James, Percy, Toby, Duck, Donald, Douglas, Oliver, Emily, Rebecca, Nia, Diesel, Stanley, Lady, Splatter, Dodge, Diesel 10, Caitlin, Derek, Ari, Bert, Molly, Spancan, Bowler, Timothy, Albert, Casey Jr., Timothy the number 0, -1, -2, -3, -4, Evening Star, the Mallard, Frankie, Bear, Dennis, 16, Raoul, Blue Peter, Whiff, Norman, Billy, Rosie, Ashima, Alfred, Croven, the orange Chinese tenor engine, the white version of Ryan, the purple version of Oliver, the orange and blue Brazilian Diesel, or as I call him, Raphael, City of Turo, 1020, Salty, Logan, Bell, the 5 mainland diesel shunters, or as I call them, Hunter, Shunter, Oli, that's the only one with an actual name, Dominic and Pride, Stephen, Neville, Bash, Dash, Ferdinand, Ryan, Gina, Bill, Ben, Samson, Harvey, Daisy, Paxton, Stephanie, the Flying Scotsman, Young Bao, Sam, Marion, Boko, Connor, Scruff, Vinny, Fergus, Sydney, Dart, Hero, Big City Engine, Flora, Dustin, Skiff, Wilbert, Spencer, Gator, Stafford, Flynn, Philip, Hank, Frida, Den, Porter, the Sodor Roy Repair, or the name I have for him is Jonathan, Murdoch, Hugo, Winston, Merlin, Charlie, Arthur, and Mavis. And then here are my custom mentions: Joshua, Fast Eddie, Splinter, Midnight, Mystery, and Reek. And here are all my other custom original characters: Melissa, Griffin, RJ, Silver, Roxanne, Austin, Adam, Brian, Holly, Huey, Eddie Wayne, Randall, and Darren. And now, here are my narrow gauge engines: Scarloey, Reneus, Sir Handel, Peter Sam, Rusty, Duncan, Fearless Freddy, Ivo Hugh, Duke, Smutcher, Proteus, Victor, Neil, Millie, Luke, Mighty Mac, and Bertram. And here are my small railway and Cody Fell engines. Mike, Bert, Frank, and Cody. Here are my roadway vehicles. Bertie, Sir Topham Hatt's car. Kevin, Terrence, Madge, George, Thumper, Jack, Alfie, Byron, Patrick, Oliver, Kelly, Isabella, Max, Monty, Nelson, the Sodor Fire Crew, Bolgie, Trevor, Elizabeth, Lori 1, Lori 2, Butch, and Caroline. Here are my airborne vehicles. Harold, Tigermoth, and Jeremy. Here are my water vehicles. Bulstrode, Captain, and 2 of the Thomas at Sea rafts. And then here are my cranes. Cranky, Carly, Colin, Reg, Rocky, the breakdown crane, and Horrid Hooky. Here are all of my original truck characters. Let's start off with each gang of good trucks. So here's Harry's gang. Here we have Harry, Wallace, Wally, Mario, Sonic, Archie, Rico, Riot, Lucy, Fang, Bouncer, Chester, Danny, Danielle, Paul, Simon, an unnamed truck with a green tarp, and then we've got Nicholas and Chris. Now here is Scaredy's gang. Here we have Scaredy, and then his dad and mom, Jamie and Tara, his sister and brother, Raven and Black Licorice, and then we have Slimy, Rotten, Tina, Clark, Tex, Andrew, Ethan, Boxer, Lena, Taylor, Dakota, Reese, Handy, Arnold, Todd, Richie, Elvis, and Bobby. Here we have Aguardo's gang, and all these characters in Aguardo came from Nafford Fan 23. So here it's Aguardo, Shorty, Power, Cricket, Lizzie, Bernie, and Messi. And then over here are some trucks that are good, and they just live in different places around the world. And so they're not all in like a complete official gang, but they do like to meet up sometimes. But anyways, here is Zella, Wesley, Selena. These 2 trucks are old style and CGI versions of the Gold Mine Rickety, but they don't have names as of right now. This female gold truck doesn't have a name yet. Here we have Morgan, and here's Slay. And then here we have Richard, Kyle, and Michaela. And these 3 characters were also created by Nafford Fan 23. Before we move on to the bad trucks, here are some trucks that either are having their choice of sites being decided on, or if they're trying to decide which gang they're going to be a part of or anything else. But anyways, these 2 trucks here, this one is named Calvin, this one is named Hops, and then over here we have Coco, Jojo, and Leslie. And these 3 tankers are known as the Tanker Sisters. Then over here we have a Blue Mountain Quarry truck named Shock. And then here is a currently unnamed ice cream van. And then over here we have Redneck and Hillbilly, who are neutral trucks, which means they're not really on anyone's side. They're not going to work with the good trucks or the bad trucks. So yeah. Now let's move on to the bad trucks. First we'll start with two former bad trucks. Not that they were formed, but because they were transformed into different living things. But these two trucks were from Train Heaven, and their names were Ralph and Nathan. And now here we have Dread's gang. Here's Dread. Dread is currently reforming right now, but I still stuck him with the rest of his gang for this collection video. But anyways, there's Dread, and then Fungus, Wreck, Brick, Junk, Steeltooth, Grump, two unnamed brown vans, the Thomas Wood candy cars, and their upcoming names are going to be Gummy Dummy and Droolful. And then last but not least is Haha. Over here we have the remaining members of Freedom's gang. Here we have Wildfire, Gideon, Kyle, and then Tipper, Topple, and Tumble. Over here we have a bunch of trucks that escaped from Train Heaven, but are currently not in anyone's gang yet. They could have their own gang made up or something, but I don't know. We will see. Here's Bossy, Zoe, Jesse, Scamly, Seth, Green Eyes, Komodo, two unnamed silly vans, and then two unnamed truck ninjas. Then back here we have another truck who is currently without a gang. This truck's name is Zero. And then we have a small gang right here of 4 red trucks with Shapeways scruffy faces. Their names are Hefty, Greed, Anger, and Wrath. Here are my brake vans. Here is Toad, the spiteful brake van, Bradford, Freedom, Father Torture, Mother Gruesome, Frost, the musical caboose, 2007 Day Out with Thomas caboose, Orange caboose, another winter caboose, 2 haunted cabooses, 3 red soda line cabooses, and 2 yellow soda line cabooses. And then here are my coaches: Annie, Clarabelle, Henrietta, Victoria, Catherine, Old Slow Coach, Flores Tram, Green Express Coaches, Red Express Coaches, Navert Express Coach, Stevens Castle Coaches, Sodor Brass Band Coach, and 10 Years in America Coach. Here are all of my accessories. I have 4 figures of Sir Topham Hatt, plus 1 figure of him in his beach clothes, 2 figures of Mr. Percival. I have a male passenger, the dairy manager, the flour miller, 4 figures of people that can play various roles like guards, signalmen, drivers, firemen, workmen, etc. And then here's a cow figure, and then a cow figure from the Thomas Wood range. And then here is a Sir Topham Hatt figure from the Thomas Wood range, and 2 lady workman figures from the Thomas Wood range. Over here we have Boulder, and then this boulder that has a dinosaur footprint in it. I have 6 signals, 4 of them having bases, and then these 2 came from the pedestrian bridge, although I don't actually have the pedestrian bridge itself. I just got these 2 signals in like a big box of trains and track from my local flea market. I have 4 winter trees, a tree with a stump that's painted green with red apples on it, and then a red maple tree with a tree stump. I have 11 railroad signs, 8 stop signs, 4 yield signs, a one-way sign, a bump sign, a quarry sign, a school sign, a reindeer crossing sign, a Norby Beach sign, a Tidmouth transfer yard sign from the Thomas Wood Range, and a cow crossing sign from the Thomas Wood Range. Here are all of my trucks. Here's the jet engine, 2 Apple cars, the pirate ship delivery flatbeds and the pirate ship, tar and fuel tankers, cement mixer, ice delivery cars, Tidmouth milk tanker, coal car, foghorn car, sawmill log car, dinosaur bone box car, 2 blasting cap cars, 2 recycling bin cars, sugar barrel car, china clay cars, milk barrel car, stinky cheese cargo car, Catherine's back car, zoo cars, scrap monster, old style mail coach, 3 new style mail coaches, a custom green mail coach, the circus train, defused Scarlet railway wagons, a grand total of 21 cargo cars, the peg and stack cargo cars, 4 barrel cars, 2 searchlight cars, spotlight car, 3 aquarium cars, Scruffy, Fred, Rickety, Hector, ULP boxcar, the Bubblesome trucks, the Sodor Sweet Special, Salt Troublesome truck, Giggling Troublesome truck, 5 gray Troublesome trucks, Blue Mountain Quarry Troublesome truck, recycling car, roof tile truck, and a green troublesome truck. Then we have 2 box cars, Henry's Forest log car, the hose car, another fuel tanker, Joby Wood car, the Chinese Dragon, another milk barrel car, new style hand car, waterworks cars, gold shifting car, rock crusher car, weather tracker, 2 flatbeds with locks, 4 Shapeway trucks, 3 flower cars, 2 oil tankers, and a birthday box car. And here's all my extra cargo that I don't have trucks for or anything. Here are 2 diesel work crate disguises. Here are some pieces of peg and stack cargo. Here is an iron I-beam. Here is a flashing racing signal. 4 milk barrels, 2 pieces of coal cargo, a giraffe, a Steamworks crate piece, 2 dinosaur skeletons, 2 paint barrels, 3 crates of dynamite, 2 Steamwork crates, 2 Brenham Fish Market crates, a small brown crate, and a large gray crate. And also a oil barrel right here. And now, here are my extra engines. Here is old style Thomas with a wooden funnel, 3 learning curve Thomases, a learning curve Thomas without the stripes, Tomy CGI face Thomas, Mattel CGI face Thomas, fully painted wood Thomas, worried face Thomas, surprise face Thomas without stripes, battery powered Thomas from the Tomy era, 2 gold Thomases, 2015 Thomas, 1942 Thomas, Metallic Thomas, LBSC Thomas, Winter Wonderland Thomas, Paint Splatter Thomas, Thomas Comes to Breakfast, Mattel Winter Wonderland Thomas without a face, Mattel Paint Splatter Thomas without a face, Fish Cover Thomas without a face, Fish Cover Thomas with a face, Birthday Streamers Thomas, Flower Cover Thomas, Thomas and the Stinky Cheese, Mattel Thomas that has 3 different faces from the Mattel Adventures of Thomas. This one has the sad face, and the other 2 faces are put away somewhere. Thomas' Cranberry Spill, Light Up Reveal Thomas, Thomas with banners on him, Santa Hat Christmas Thomas, and Santa's Little Engine Thomas. Here we have 60 years anniversary Henry with green and blue paint. Here we have Henry with his entire coat of blue paint. Better View for Gordon. Battery powered James without a tender. James with team colors. Busy as a bee James. James sorts it out. Introducing James, or Origins James, or Black James overall. A James with an angry face from the Busy as a Bee James that's been slightly modified. A Flat Magnets James Tender from 1992 or 1993, I think. James's Fossil or Dino Delivery. And an old style James without the tender, and he has a wood funnel. And then here is a old style Percy with a wooden funnel and flat magnets. An old style Percy with round magnets and a plastic funnel. Mattel Percy. 2 Hard Work Percys. Racing Percy. Percy's Chocolate Crunch. Metallic Percy. Old style battery powered Percy. Mattel battery powered Percy. 2 Silver Percys. Christmas Percy. Toby with blue cow catchers and side plates. Round roof flat magnet duck. Old style duck with the ledge on the back. And the new style duck with no ledge on the back. Here are 2 old style ladies. Here is a learning curve lady, but this is the take along face it has. Here's the battery powered lady. Old style Diesel 10. Factory error Splatter with Dodge's face. Factory error Dodge with Splatter's face. Streamlined Emily. Old style Diesel. Tommy oil covered Diesel. 2 bronze Diesels. Old style Bill without a face. Learning curve Bill. Mattel Bill. Old style Ben without a face. Blue Ben. Timothy. 2017 Timothy, which is based on the prototype. Pink Rosie from the Mattel era. Half painted Mattel Wood Rosie. Learning Curve Bash. Learning Curve Dash. Or they may have been from Tomy. I don't know. Learning Curve or Tomy era Ferdinand. Lost and Found Hero. Patchwork Hero. 3 Hero Sticky Spills. Old Style Flying Scotsman. 4-Wheel Mavis. Mavis at the Quarry. Half Painted Wood Young Bao. Half Painted Wood Charlie. Half Painted Wood Caitlin. Mattel CGI Salty. Gold Dust Salty. Green Salty. 2 Nevilles without tenders. Old Style Stanley. Oiled covered Airy. Oiled covered Bert. Cheese covered Bert. Old Style Scruff. Dirty Scruff. Stafford. Old Style Daisy. Old Style Den. Fix Me Up Steven, Seaside Sydney, Holiday Lights Sydney, Ashima, Old Style Span Can, and Old Style Whiff. Here's Old Style Scarloey, Yellow Rheneas, Old Style Sir Handle, Old Style Peter Sam without a funnel, Old Style Peter Sam with a funnel, Blue Mountain Quarry Peter Sam, Tomy Era Rusty, 2 Old Style Duncans, New Style Duke without a tender, Proteus, Old Style Bertram, Victor Comes to Sodor, Sea Soaked Victor, Old Style Cody, Learning Curve Cody, Old Style Mike, Thomas Wood Winston, that's fully painted, Flint's Trailer, Den in Disguise, Dart in Disguise, Mattel Rocky, 2006 Scruffy, 2 of the 2017 Scruffies, Thomas Wood version of Scruffy, Fred, Turquoise Rickety, Shadow Dread, Old Style Handcar, New Style Handcar, a Forklift Flatbed without a forklift, Old Style Birdie, 2 Old Style Jacks, Alfie, Kevin, Old Style Kevin that is, Terrence, Old Style Butch with no face to resemble how he looked in Horrid Lori, and this one has the one-sided magnet, Old Style Butch with a face and the two-sided magnet, Old Style Trevor, Old Style Harold, and a New Style Harold that has a cargo magnet on the bottom. And then over here are all of my custom scrap engines. And that is my Thomas Wayne Rally collection. Thank you for watching.